Hi, it's Kristen Bryant with Stamping with Kristen, and today I'm going to show you a card using Seaside Bay, the Seaside Bay dies, and label me lovely punch. And then I'm going to use our Seashells 3D embossing folder, and I don't know if you can see the texture of this, but it really creates such a great, a nice impression on here. I'm hoping you can see all the detail to that, but I just love our 3D embossing folders because they really give such great texture to a card. I'm going to start with this card by stamping a few items from this Seaside Bay stamp set. I'm going to do 2 of the shells here with crumb cake. And there's several different shells that come in this set. It's really a great set, and I like the greetings as well. And now I'm going to stamp the crab, and I'm using Pool Party for that. So I'm going to stamp that on here. So these are the images that I'll be working with today. And then I'm going to do the greeting. I'm going to end up punching it out. So I'm going to take the thank you for everything, which is such a good greeting. And I'm using early espresso, and I'm just going to stamp this so it's going to be towards the top. And I like to stamp first and then punch. That way, sometimes it's kind of hard to get it just in the center. So by doing this, you can kind of move it around and get it just the way you want it. So I'm going to punch this just like that. Now I want a border to this, and we don't sell a punch that is just a little bit bigger than this. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I like to use. I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to put a little the glue. And then I'm just going to set this on so you see a little border at the top. And then I'll do it again on the bottom. So there isn't a border on the side, but where the more detailed part of this punch is, the top of the bottom, you can see a border. And so this is what it looks like on the back, but no one ever sees that. So this is a nice way to kind of extend your punches a little bit more, make them a little bit more versatile. So I'm gonna just set that aside. I'm gonna take my piece of Pool Party cardstock, and I'm just gonna fold it in half. And then I'm going to take my embossed piece, and again, this is the Seashells 3D embossing folder. Now, before I do anything on this, I'm gonna wrap around my linen thread a couple times on here. That way it's underneath the other parts to this card. And I'm just gonna tie a knot. Sometimes I do bows, sometimes I do knots. For this card, it's a knot, and that's always easier. So I'm gonna just take my snips here, cut that off. So I'm just gonna slide this down just a little bit over. Sorry about that. All right, now when I put this on, I die cut these ahead of time, but I just stamped just so you don't have to have the table wobble as I do that. But here are the images. And then in our die set, there's also some of the seaweed, which I think is just kind of a fun added element to the card. So I'm gonna just do some adhesive on here. And you don't need a whole lot of adhesive, but I'm just gonna have this kind of going off to the side there. And then I'm gonna actually flip this around the other way because I want them to kind of be going off to the side this way. And then I'm going to put this shell. I'm going to put this on the right side. Let's kind of do this like that. And I'm gonna do my crab in the middle. If you work kind of quickly, you can move these a bit once they're on there. I'm gonna have this guy just kind of going from underneath. So it's just like that. This a little bit more. There we go. So now I'm gonna take some dimensionals because it's always fun to pop up the parts of the card so they stand up a little bit more. Add some dimension to it. So here is how it looks on there. And then now I'm gonna just put a little this on the corners. Put this in the center. So it looks great like this, but I'm gonna do a little bit more to it with our flat adhesive backed pearls. These are in the mini catalog and I have been using them an awful lot. They are great. There's all different sizes. I'm gonna put the bigger one down here and then another one. We'll put one on the shell and kind of do another one up here. But here is the finished card. It's got just some of our pearls on here, the linen thread, and then again I used Label Me Lovely punch. So I hope you get time to create soon and go ahead and send that card out. Have a good day.